Hi there, Cancer. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to your reading here. We're here for you, the Venus in Leo series reading. The energies are just brimming. They are bustling here for you. I'm hearing Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, I'm hearing as well. Some of you, I'm feeling this Cancer for a number of you, maybe meeting a Scorpio. I'm hearing PRMC, PALC, I'm hearing as well. Okay, PMC, PNC, I don't know, take it as you will. There could be a very particular clue. Maybe GNC, I think that's the name of a vitamin brand. Okay, but anyways, Cancer, we're here for you again. Let's get back into it. I'm hearing compression. Compression. Okay, maybe I'm seeing someone even with a brace on their hand. Maybe you meet this person, for example, in a very physical environment like at the gym or something. But anyways, let's go back into it here for you. This is Venus in Leo, and we are going to be looking at the time frame of Leo being, sort of guided through by Venus in the zodiac wheel right now, and everyone is experiencing this transit in some way, but it will be unique, of course, to your birth chart as well. Depending on where you have Leo in your chart, Venus will be, we'll say, gracing that area of life for you. Let's see here, though, further. We'll work with the cards, but I'm also channeling, just remember that. So what does come through is also, of course, going to be always a matter of your interpretation, and so I recommend for you to also meditate on, what is it that you seek to gain insight into when you're watching these readings. Let's jump into it yet again. Now, I was meditating on the energy. Let's clear it and ground. Some of you have something very exciting, Cancer, here coming. Oh my God, you have really worked very hard for this. I'm hearing this for a number of you. You've also been very patient here with whatever this is in some kind of way. I'm seeing some of you, maybe just the sheer, I realize what I want. I realize that that's, where I'm headed. I'm hearing that as well. It's almost like, well, if that's where I want to go, why wouldn't I just kind of just go for it already? Some of you are just making a shift when it comes to your mindset, your mind frame, okay, around a certain area of your life. I'm hearing that as well. So wow, I'm so excited for you here. I'm hearing Leo, Leo, Leo. Now, Cancer, to get back to it here. First of all, also thank you all so much for your likes, for your comments, your shares, and your subscriptions. Thank you for tuning in here to you. And those of you who have joined the member section as well, thank you for joining there. And it's been so lovely to sort of interact with you guys in a more intimate setting as well. We do astrology videos more or less every week there. So it's very much fun. And I thank you guys for joining me there as well. All right, let's get back to it here though for this particular cycle for you. I keep hearing Leo, Aquarius. Now there's something that maybe for a number of you, you're really getting, again, I keep hearing excited about. It's almost like, that's it. I'm sure that this is what I want. For a number of you, there is something maybe that you have really officially released. Okay, it's I have to part with this. I'm hearing that as well. There's no other way that this is gonna work out. I'm hearing that as well. You're looking at something in your luggage here. It's the luggage is overweight. You are looking at yourself here now, Cancer. It's not even the luggage at this point. You're you gotta make this decision. You gotta let this go. I'm hearing that maybe as you feel it. And I just feel that there is so much that is on the horizon of whatever this point of release is for you, where we say, maybe you even feel that way. You're saying, I know that once I part ways with this mantra, I'm hearing that as well, that maybe I had, worked with at a certain point in time, there is so much that is to come forth from that space, okay, of growth, of inspiration also for others. For a number of you, you feel like you almost have a mission here in some way, okay? It's I have to really start thinking about my future. I'm hearing that as well. Interesting. Some of you are thinking about children, actually. I'm seeing that really strongly. Cougar upright, you can do it upright. Butterfly in reverse, get ready for big changes in reverse. This can also be, a concept of children as related to even something that you want to start. Maybe it's a project or something of that sort. It's I have to start it. Nobody else is going to start it. It's my project, it's my vision, it's my life. I have to do this. So you're kind of getting very tough with yourself in a certain way. I'm hearing Pisces, with Pisces. And Pisces rules the 12th house. It is a water sign like you, Cancer. And it's also, though, immutable water sign. It's ruled by Neptune and Jupiter right now is very strong in its ruling sign of Pisces. So there's something maybe that is almost thawing out. I'm hearing that we had that come through strongly as a theme in the Aquarius reading. Some of you, you're getting really, it's very exciting. You are really understanding, I'm hearing it this way, an aspect of your life that maybe has been sort of stagnating. Okay, it's no, I get it now. I see it more clearly now. Okay, it's not fuzzy anymore to me. Okay, and I'm seeing that there is, yes, you want to make a decision here. Yeah, let's clear. I'm seeing that with a cougar, you can do it. Okay, it's like, it's not hard really anymore. It's like, maybe at a certain point it was the mentality around the decision you have to make, or the, you know, but not anymore. Like, you want to develop this area of your life so much so that you're willing to make the changes you feel you need to make in relation to the way that it has been carried out in the past. Maybe it's just a matter of habit and changing habits, right? Sometimes it's a nostalgia even maybe related to that space. It's like, well, I didn't really want that, and I knew that. It wasn't really something that I resonated with even. Okay, maybe this is even something that, like, for example, like, it's a city you're living in because your parents grew up there. I mean, I'm just hearing that. It's like, but then you're looking at yourself, you're like, but do I really want to be here? Like, is this where I want to be, like, in my heart? Is this where I want to live? And it can be even in a space in the mind. It's like, that's their mentality. It's not necessarily what I believe in. I'm hearing that as well. Interesting. I don't feel like you're going to really be having to try very hard to have these moments of clarity here during this time, Leo. I'm here, Leo. Maybe you're even working with someone here. It's like being around them. It's like there's just this enlightenment. It's this feeling of enlightenment. And who's to say what is enlightening and what's not? It's always going to be relative, of course, and always a matter of perspective. But there is something here that, like, you feel just even inspired by. It's like that moment when you see your dream and it's like, I'm not gonna like there's no way I don't see it, and there's no way that I'm not gonna also move towards it actively. So maybe it was something kind of like you were getting passive with something, Cancer, and you're just like, oh, like, not anymore. No. And maybe it was a pattern, I'm hearing that, of energy that you had to put a stop to, and it was maybe karmic. It was something related to the past for a number of you. So I'm gonna push this table back a little bit because I feel kind of crammed. Like, I feel like I'm up against, like, all fucking, like, four walls right now, like, furniture here, furniture there. Like, we're definitely outgrowing the space a little bit, I think, Cancer. But yeah, it's like, you're just like, you're freaking ready, Cancer. You're ready for a new experience. I'm hearing that as well. For a number of you, I keep hearing children. You're ready for children. Maybe you want to work with children. Maybe there's a project here. It's like, whatever this is, I feel like it's something that you've known. We're getting farther from the camera. It's like, okay, I have to go, bye. It's like, but, you know, for a number of you, like, this is something that you've known. Okay, it's like, the way you'll know what this is that whenever you're in this space, it doesn't drain you. You don't feel drained when you leave this space. Okay? This is for a number of you. Whenever you're in this space, you feel, like, empowered. I keep hearing that. Like, that's how you'll know what this is. It's something that you're very drawn to. Now, for a number of you, Cancer, like, I see you seeing yourself in a new way with someone. I'm hearing that as well. It's like, wait a second, maybe you've been dating someone. It's like, did I seriously? I'm seeing you wake up. It's like an epiphany moment. Wait, did I not see you in that way before? Like, oh my God. Excuse me. Like, you are definitely more than just, like, I'm hearing the letter G. Maybe this is, one second. It's like, interesting. I don't want to say you took something for granted. It's like you start to, for a number of you, fall in love with your friend. I'm hearing that. Turtle, take your time, upright. Maybe you, this is for a number of you, you didn't really want to cross that boundary with them. You're like, is it awkward? It's like, then it gets to the point where you're like, why would I live, is it awkward land forever? Let me at least ask them what they think. Like, maybe they see me in that way too. Like, why would I forever linger in, you know, the life that I also feel we may have. It's like, I don't want to be in, like, maybe this will be one day land forever. Why am I just, like, sort of, like, also seeing it as something abstract? Like, I want to take action. I want to make it a reality. Like, but I have to start to realize it in that way in my everyday. Like, not as just, like, a dream one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, as, like, a long-term, like, you know, so-called, like, thing that will happen in time. Like, I have to be brave here. I'm hearing that as well. I want to pull the wild unknown here on that right there, because there's something that you have really realized, Cancer. And let's go. Yeah. Some of you are getting very kind of clear cut, and maybe some people actually even, like, observe you in this space if you're new, let's say, found realizations, and it's like, whoa, Cancer, like, are you really sure you want to do that? It's like, you're really not going to be repeating the past, and that's what you know here at this point. It's like, whatever happens, I don't want to repeat the past, and that's what I'm sure on. Okay? Maybe I have a few questions or concerns that I raise in relation to the space that I feel drawn to move in, and that's what I'm feeling. There's a passion that's pulling you now. Okay. So wherever we were like stagnant, maybe like thinking like, is this really what I think is right? Is this really what I feel I want? It's like, what's your passion? Okay. And Venus and Leo will arise for all of us in some way to ask us that question of what does passion mean to us? What are our values? How do we also incorporate passion into our lives, right? In our everyday. And really with the Venus there, yeah. Ace of Swords and the Father of Pentacles, like in the way of saying like Venus is all about values, and it's about also your creative assets. And being in Leo, it's like we have to get very clear and direct with that. For a number of you, this is something of like your schedule, though. I'm seeing it's like your everyday life. Let's clear it. Yep, those of you who have Leo in the 6th, for example, it's just some example. Let's clear it. Even Venus naturally in the 6th, take it as you will. Venus even in the 5th. It's like, you know, am I really honest? I'm hearing that as well, like with what I really want, with myself. The Two of Swords and the High Priestess. Some of you maybe were very defensive in some aspects of life when it came to like, you know, it's like you didn't maybe want to acknowledge that you had passion for someone or something or some area of your life, because it would mean you needing to like really take action in that space. It's like I would rather just say that it's not really a passion yet, you know. But that's not exciting, and I'm seeing that feeling of like it's not exciting is going to become almost unbearable. I'm just hearing that. Just like, no, I need passion. I'm hearing that judgment coming through. Like, it's almost like, oh, it's risky though. It's like, I'm seeing that's not going to be something that you really are listening to anymore. The fear, okay, around your conversation with your higher self is not relevant anymore. I'm hearing that as well. 3 of Wands, bright, yeah. So some of you making major moves, I'm hearing that. It could be an actual move, a decision to move, Leo. I'm hearing Leo with Leo. Maybe you want to move in with somebody even, I'm hearing that. Listen, whatever it is, some of you even need to maybe, as you feel it, like, give away your assets, like that do not fit your lifestyle anymore. Like the things that don't actually resonate with you, like I'm seeing you maybe feeling you want to sell stuff, you want to get rid of stuff. It's like if you were hoarding stuff, I'm seeing you not wanting to hoard anymore. It's not like attractive. I'm even hearing that. Like as you might feel it, you're like, I'm not attracted to more stuff. It's like I want quality, not quantity. I don't want to just be collecting all kinds of stuff. Like I want to be clear on what I'm doing with my life. I'm hearing that as well. Like what is in and out of my life. So maybe for a number of you, you feel like you need to start getting more organized. I'm hearing that as well with your time, even with the 5 of Wands. And the High Priestess and the Judgment card, 3 of Cups, Hierophant. Like, I'm seeing somebody who felt like they were kind of just random a little bit. Like, I feel kind of random. Like, I'm seeing someone kind of feeling like they don't really have, like, organization or a schedule or, like, routine. And we all have these frequencies to some level. It's like they were also very paranoid. They weren't feeling very much, like, excited or, like, directive or assertive. It's like they're kind of passive. Like, and then it gets to a point where it's like, but, like, I don't have to live like that, and so it's about the decisions that I make on a daily basis here. The Hierophant of Bright, like this is a resurgence where you say I want to be feeling excited, I want passion. So the 3 of Wands leads you out upright, mirroring the Hierophant. It's a decision, yeah, 2 of Wands, but it does begin somewhere very subtle. I'm hearing that where you say, well, it's in the little ways that I decide to feel love in my everyday. It's like if I don't love something, in other words, I'm not going to do it. If I don't really want that, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to just do stuff just to do it. I'm hearing that as well. It comes down to really what's real. And for those of you who maybe like did want something and you didn't buy it and, you know, you felt a certain way, but you didn't really finance it. I'm hearing that as well. I feel like you are going to want to communicate totally differently in that space, like in your actions. And for a number of you, if you were really in love with someone or you had passion for somebody, there's something you're very passionate about, it's like, and you were not committing to that space, I'm seeing that will be changing in a very big way. Like I'm seeing Cancer, like commitment is so important to you now to things that you feel passionate about. It's like, I want to commit to that. I don't feel like it's something I'm fearful of. I'm hearing that. I don't feel like it's risky for me to commit to what I love now. That's the mentality as I'm feeling it here for you. So let's pull the cards. We're going to pull a Celtic Cross first, and then we'll jump into the daily card pull. There's something for a number of you, maybe even that you feel like maybe a little bit nervous about, like you were nervous, like, how will I, but you know, it wasn't really even a question. And because I see at the end of the day, again, maybe you realize it's about passion. It's about passion. It's not about like figuring it all out. And maybe this was something you found quite troubling, like really for some time. And I'm seeing someone who was like holding on to stuff, like they didn't know what to do really. because they were thinking about what's the right thing to do. If they were to question what do I really want to do, again, in terms of like my passion, I would know in a heartbeat. But it was like the intellectualization. It's like that's what held me in a state of stagnation, okay, with my life. Even it's like passion is the seed for all life, otherwise we would not be here. Think about it, right? So yeah, it's like I'm even seeing you looking at your life like that, like, am I being passionate? Am I exciting myself in my life? I'm hearing that as well. Judgment of Bright. Like, am I my own? Also, am I inspiring to myself? Like, there's something that you are kind of, and the things that are not making you feel inspired, I'm seeing you want to release that. 3 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, stuff that has no meaning, or it's like, this is just filler. Like, whatever doesn't actually feel right. Yeah. So I'm seeing you making a point of like wanting to organize, like really organize your life, question everything. I'm hearing that as well. Like, you want big time commitments here that you feel are also going to be really, really like promising emotionally. Justice of Bright. Yeah, I'm hearing the Ace of Pentacles. No question you want commitment here. I'm hearing Leo. Some of you, maybe there is someone you want to, there's somebody here you're interested in. Let's get a card on that. Swan, you're beautiful just as you are, upright. This sits on the Justice card and the Ace of Cups and the Magician. This might even be a talent of yours, or someone here who you were really interested in them, but like you never reached out to them. I'm just hearing this, like, oh, I never like actually like, you know, I just thought maybe one day. It's like, no, I'm seeing you like do not want to ride the bus like through every stop and then decide like after you've seen every stop which one you want to get off on. Like, you know, like, no. Some of you realize like that this is not even like a realistic, like, I don't even feel like that's something you wanted to do, but it's like there is just something here that you were just thinking like, not even thinking though. It's like, logically, do they not realize that that's really annoying? People just like out there just like yelling like at the same time together. Like, it's not even like, I don't know, no judgment, let's clear it. Like, there's something also just turning off here, Cancer. It's even like you realize I'm spending my time here doing what versus like I could be spending my time over there doing something I really, really want to do. Like, it comes down to your investments. I'm hearing Leo, Capricorn, Cancer. Like, there's someone here there's something you're very attracted to. It's like, I need to let go of that so I can really invest in that. And for a number of you, it's a career. You're spending a lot of time here with something that's just kind of draining. I'm hearing that as well. Father Wands, and you realize that, like, Father Wands in reverse, like, I don't really even like this thing. I'm spending so much money to, like, pay this thing off. I'm hearing that as well. Like, no, you're raising your standards, but it's not even raising them. You're just understanding them. I'm hearing that as well. As not theory. But something you wish to practice. Like, you've sort of changed your thinking or your philosophy around, let's clear it, your dreams even. It's like, yeah, you're not settling. I'm hearing that. Yeah, it's not like, well, I gotta do something, so no. Like, I would rather, it's the mantra. You're really stepping into this mantra, the Cancer of, I'm hearing Gemini, like, Leo, I'm hearing, let's clear it. You're like, I would rather be single than be with a pre-sequel man who doesn't intend to reach the next semester and graduate with me. I'm hearing that as well. I don't know what that's alluding to. Like, something is not exciting. You kind of called it. I'm hearing that also. You called it out. Like, I need to end this cycle. World leading you out. So let's again pull the Celtic cross here for you, Cancer, and we'll see what does come through. We're going to pull a card for the deep past, recent past, the current state, the advice, the near future, the hopes and fears, and the final outcome. We'll pull also energy pathway cards leading into the current state and the final outcome, and then we'll pull a card for the environment and a theme card. Okay. So some of you are in love with somebody, and you have been in love with somebody here for a long time now. This is maybe even a passion. It's like, I always knew. It's like the type of thing where you said, I always felt like I had that passion for that space. And the way you'll know what this is that it just energizes you when you're in that space. For a number of you, it's like a field maybe of study. Like, I just would light up when I'm in that classroom. I'm hearing even 3 of Pentacles in reverse, 6 of Wands in reverse. It's very simple. It's something very simple, but like, you would just feel so much pleasure in that space. I mean, you're in that lifestyle even. 9 of Pentacles in reverse, 2 of Cups upright. Maybe it's an actual like place. Maybe it's something like even like a certain like land. It's like a reservoir. Seven of Pentacles upright in the environment. Daughter Wands in reverse, leading out energetic pathway. Nine of Wands upright in the near future. Yeah, some of you feel maybe it's a little bit of like a shocking moment, like epiphany, like did I really like dismiss my talent like that? Like you feel a little bit like, I don't know, let's clear it. Maybe you feel like a little bit like you wasted your time with something, like you're looking back like, why did I should have just like kind of, everyone is so loud. Like I should have just like done that. Like why didn't I realize that wasn't my standard? Like I wasn't in resonance with this. I'm hearing that yet again. Like I'm seeing someone even at a college, like they're like, I don't really resonate with this. Like you're at a party campus, you're not a partier maybe. You're like just watching people party. It's like I should have made this switch a long time ago. I'm hearing that. Let's clear it. I'm hearing lifetimes ago. Yeah, the sun in reverse. But there's always divine timing. Well, maybe you knew you wanted to make this decision. You were just waiting. You were thinking, well, when? Now, in the theme is the Hermit. Seven of Swords in reverse. Yeah, this is like I'm seeing you with you in a certain way for a number of you. This is something you've been studying. It's like, whatever this is, you've been waiting, practicing to be able to get to the next level of maybe this industry. Again, you had like a major talent in this space and you wanted to really level up. You're like, I know I'm going to do this, but maybe you just want to also be very professional for some of you. Maybe you wanted legal preparations here as well, set up before you actually, entertain the idea of maybe even this business. It's like, I'm not going to do it until I can really have, like, the whole thing set up, like, perfectly. I'm hearing that with the Hermit in reverse. Seven of Pentacles upright. In terms of production, I'm hearing that. Like, yeah, you don't want to be sloppy with this is what I'm hearing as you felt it. Like, this is your standard. I'm hearing that again with the Seven of Pentacles upright, Two of Cups upright. Some of you, I'm seeing you really have not been dating anyone, or you've been very much, like, single. I'm hearing that, celibate. Like, you've been holding out. You're like, I don't want to be, like, I would rather be home alone than be with somebody who's going to, like, make my house not feel like a home. I'm hearing that as well. Like make me feel not comfortable. So there's something that is, either the context is more favorable for you to really start to entertain these next, layers to you. Maybe even it's like, I'm now ready to explore that interest of mine or that area of life, that calls me and that I know maybe even is like really exciting. Sun in reverse for others to watch me in. Wow. So it's like, yeah, it's like it's really something that is a big deal. Graduation, I'm hearing even with the Sun in reverse, Ten of Cups in reverse. It's a little bit like pressure. Like, I feel like it's a lot of maturing here with the Nine of Wands upright. Yeah. Some of you feel like you're really pregnant. Like, maybe with passion again, it's like, I don't just feel that I have this talent or that I know that I love this person. It's like, I want to do something with that. I want to tell them. Okay? It's like, for example, Death upright. Like, I want to now talk to them about that. Like, I'm seeing you wanting to communicate love more. Maybe it's like on a daily basis. Like, I want to make a point of that. I want to challenge my psyche. Interesting. Like, it's not something that I have to fear. Interesting that this concept came through, very strongly in I think it was the Sagittarius reading. Yeah. But the Hermit in reverse and the Sun in reverse, it's like a little bit of shyness, maybe even, like, with the Hermit in reverse, Sun in reverse. Death card upright looking through the Sun at the Two of Wands in reverse. This is something that really, like, there was something maybe of, like, a mental perception that you wanted to move through to be able to really handle the passion. Like, how do we say it? Like, it's clear. Like, when you have an ability or a talent or a skill and you know that it's like you're really good at whatever that is, but that also there's maybe a very particular context to really allow you to fully thrive in that space. It's almost like I limit my own success because I know what it is to me, but it can't just happen at any moment. Oh, they're interesting. As you feel it, it's a perception, of course. Yeah, this is a new journey, Daughter of Pentacles upright. It's like, for a number of you, it's maybe subconscious. It's like, yeah, it could be subconscious. It's like I was holding myself back. Like, I wasn't dating anyone because just subconsciously I felt like it wasn't time. For whatever reason, with the Hermit in reverse, Daughter of Pentacles upright. Now, okay, so let's pull the children's spirit animal upon these cards. The Elephant in reverse and the Deep Past. The recent past is the Dolphin upright. Some of you are going to be getting more comfortable in a certain space. Okay, I'm seeing you were, like, feeling frozen. Yeah, like, you weren't feeling connected with certain people. Like, you weren't feeling, like, really, like, at home, at peace. It's like something was static, feeling almost, like, cold and static. Like, not feeling, okay, yeah, like it's like you're cold. I don't know, I'm hearing that. And then I'm seeing that something is going to be really thawing out. Like something at least will become obvious. Like maybe it's like, whoa, now's my opportunity, my chance. I'm seeing like it's like you're on a bus. It's like now you realize, oh wait, that's my stop. I want to get off there. Yeah, like why wouldn't I get off on that stop? So for a number, you also realize your values and like what makes you feel not just like rich, but like empowered. I'm hearing that. Maybe this is your career, you're shifting gears with your industry even. Beer in reverse, take it as you will. Ooh, very interesting. Okay. Beaver in reverse, your choice in reverse. Like maybe you were even very much a workaholic at times, and it's like now you're finally taking time off to explore yourself and the many aspects of you. It's like I'm not just like a leader in this industry. Let's clear it. Like I'm also like, I'm hearing a mom. I'm also there are different things that you want to do with your life, as we'll say it with the beaver in reverse. And it's like, you have to sort of acknowledge that there is maybe time for those things too, that you take out. Let's clear. Maybe you're talking to someone and it's like you reflecting on this. Let's clear it. Some of you are like watching someone. It's like something with a family. Yeah, deer in reverse. I keep hearing beer in reverse. Deer in reverse. It's like, yeah, it's like that's not what I don't want to do that anymore. I'm hearing that as well. Like maybe you were spending too much time in a certain space, or for a number of you, like you weren't spending enough time with certain people as you felt it, or it's like it's a nostalgic thing. Like you're like, oh wow, it just something becomes clear. Like I want a family. I'm hearing that as well. Like why would I not start, thinking, incorporating this concept into my current, mind state. Like there's something you want to carve out time for is what I'm hearing. Okay. Like in other words, like if that's where if I feel remotely like that's a passion of mine, how will I arrive there into the land of like, I not only love it, but I like really maybe even learn more about it. Like it's maybe something that you want to make more time for. It's like, how am I going to get there to the point where that's actually incorporated in my everyday life? If I am not actually leaving time open for that to start doing that, even if it's in a very subtle way, like we said in the very beginning of the reading, right? It's clear around. Yeah. And the butterfly fell on the ground. It's get ready for big changes. I feel like some of you know that this is something really big coming. But that's almost like part of it. It's like, I feel that this is big. So I don't want to say like you purposely put it off, but I don't feel that way. I do believe that this is divine timing at play always, but in some way. But you are, I'm hearing guided, and let's there's always perspective. But there is something that you felt like, it's like, it's not time yet. It's just not time yet. And you kept putting it off. I keep hearing that Sound of Pentacles over in the environment. Like there was something contextually. It's like you're looking at like hundreds of apartments, and then it's just like, I'm hearing Zillow. I'm hearing on the farms. It's like, maybe this is even a space you want to eventually invest in. It's like nothing hit home for you. Nothing felt like home for you. So you just like kind of put it off. Again, like, I don't feel like it was literally something you put off. It's just something that maybe you actually just put off. Like you put it off in terms of it's on your back burner kind of thing. Elephant with the elephant in reverse. Some of you, this is your social life. Like you never really felt like it's time to get out there again. Maybe you were healing from something. I'm hearing that as well with the hermit in reverse leading you out. It's like, I know when it's ready and it's time when I feel like, my life is yearning for more. Interesting. Some of you have been waiting to introduce yourself to someone. Sorry about that, Cancer, the phone cut right there. It's like if there is someone here who you are passionate about, like you're passionate, but it's almost as if you didn't have enough energy. It's like I don't have enough energy to like talk to him, but like I am in love with him. I don't know. It was something like off even. Yeah, I'm also seeing for a number you've been feeling bored or stale. Yeah, I'm hearing stay at home. I just stay at home. I'm hearing that stay at home mom. Like there's something that's not fueling you, inspiring you, really making you feel like you have a purpose here. I'm hearing nurturing, like you feel like you want to nurture something. I'm hearing that with the rabbit in reverse, bear in reverse. Like it's time to like, I'm hearing introduce something new into my life. I'm hearing that. So there is something maybe that you were a little bit like, I don't want to say closed off from, but you were waiting for. I'll say that as well. Yeah. You lead out with the sun in reverse. So it is something that you possibly even have been timing out. It's like you don't want to rush this. Maybe that's part of it. Like, you didn't really want to rush this with the Sun in reverse. Yeah, you want it to be maybe gentle with yourself, even in the way that you introduce this new chapter into your life. Like, you didn't want to push yourself. It's really that feeling of like, I know I could be a pro swimmer, but like, you know, you're looking at the water and everyone's like, come on, why didn't you jump in yet? It's like, I gotta like make peace with my mind on this first. Interesting. Let's clear it. So, you know, this is something maybe even spiritually. Yeah, possibly. It's like, for a number of you, if this is someone who you're dating and they haven't committed yet, I'm seeing that, or if it's your own energy, it could be both as well. It's like, we just didn't quite connect on the mantra yet. I'm hearing the species. Interesting. Maybe you even want to adopt a pet or an animal of some kind. Take it as you will. It's like, there's something macro that you have to understand more deeply as you felt it before you started to really develop. It's like a product you want to launch, but you have to understand the industry better, maybe. It's a type of thing. For a number of you, I feel like you felt like you needed to have some sort of awakening in this space before you actually introduced yourself in it. Interesting. Yeah, but I feel also like there's something spiritually, maybe even religious, like for a number of you, they want to commit. If you're, again, let's backtrack, clear ground. If you're dating someone, this person, it could be you or them as well. Let's clear it in the digestive tract. Okay, for a number, you really got to clear something. There's something that your digestion, you got to clear, like your GI tract or something like this. It's strengthening your body. It's like, for example, I can't go on this trip until I feel like I have really strong, I have strong muscles. I'm hearing that as well. So maybe you're actually training on something. Let's clear it. Yeah. But for a number of you, like, this is someone who wants to really connect with you maybe more deeply. However, it's like they know that this is something important and they don't want to just kind of just do it. They want to do it right, and they want to do it in the right way. It's not about just timing. It's not like, oh, I just don't want to do it right now, or it's not the right time. It's like it's not time for me to see it yet. Oh. So it's not about the thing. Like, maybe some of you were kind of offended even. You're like, he doesn't want to like swim with me. Like, maybe someone wasn't getting vulnerable, for example. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, it's like maybe even if they said, oh, it's just not time yet, it's not about time. It's like what I tell myself, you know, and yeah, time has nothing to do with that. So let's clear it. Maybe it's even a psychology space. Like, do I tell myself that I'm ready for this experience, to have this experience, or is it something that I'm, you know, kind of like, you know, distancing myself from? Like, am I far from it actually? Some of you, somebody wants to get physical with someone, like, actually, and maybe their work was getting in the way. Like, they're a workaholic for a number of you. Like, they couldn't even be with their family, is what I'm hearing. Okay. So, wow, Cancer. Very exciting. Let's clear it around. Let's jump into your extended. We'll jump into your extended here. The link for that will be in the bio box description below. These readings, the extendeds, have been up on the website, alchemy.com. And so if you feel guided, and thank you for your donations as well. Those of you who have donated, thank you as well for your support. Those of you who have joined members and also who do order the extendeds, thank you for your support. And I'll see you guys in the next readings. Remember, it's always your perspective.